and I am the worst at remembering to do that. But I am super excited. I'm a part of a doubles, pushing triples group, and we just collaborate in there every single day. And I asked everybody at the beginning of the week what they were doing, what they're excited about. And Haley's like, I signed 6 distributors and they all got their 4 customers. And we're like, do what? Like, how? Can you please just tell us? And so instead of just keeping that to ourselves, we've asked her just to do a call and share what she's doing with all of us. So I hope you all have a notebook. I know I have mine right here, and I'm going to take all the goods and write it down so I can share with everybody who didn't have time or couldn't be on this call tonight, so that I can teach my team all the things. And so I'm actually just going to turn it over to her, and she's going to tell us who she is, what she's about, and how she's doing this.
Hey guys, I'm super, super excited. So I'm going to just tell you right now, I have a hardcore migraine, so I'm going to hope my words come out right. But I'm really excited about being on here and slightly nervous. So I'm Haley. I have been in the business for about a little bit over 2 years. I got started 2 years ago. I met some random chick at church. She was super weird. And she would not stop talking to me at church, like while the pastor's preaching. And I was like, holy cow, this lady won't leave me alone. Like, what the heck? And our kids are a week apart. And our babies were 6 months, like 5 or 6 months old at the time. And I was managing a spa, a really high-end spa, like 10 minutes away from the church that I went to. And I was marketing, I was hiring, I was doing payroll. I helped the contractors build this spa. I trained and opened up 9 stores in the Austin, Texas region. And so like I was like the face of this spa. Like everybody knew who I was. And so I was like, okay, I have to be nice to this lady because she will be that one person that comes into the spa and like remembers me, and I'm like super tatted. So like she's gonna remember me as a super tatted rude chick and like write a terrible review. Like that's what I thought. So I gave her my business card, grabbed my baby, and I like dipped. And I was like, I hope she doesn't blow up my phone. So she ends up sending me a Facebook friend request, and we tried meeting up a couple times. And when I was opening up this spa, I was working like 80 hour weeks, and I'm also a massage therapist, so I was massaging on the side. I am a single mom. I've been a single mom since the moment I found out I was pregnant, and so it was kind of like that typical, I just got out of a really toxic relationship. Oh crap, I just tested positive on a pregnancy test, like very, movie scenario. So I've been a single mom since the moment I found out I was pregnant, and this business has been our full-time and only income for the past 2 years. And she told me about the business opportunity, and I knew that I was about to quit my job and I was going to be going back to school, and I was going to school for physical therapy. And she asked me like, what are you going to do for work whenever you go back to school? And I told her, work at a bar, nightclub, find a place to massage, easy, quick money for while I was in school and doing clinicals and things like that. And so she told me about this business opportunity, and I signed up that night. I wasn't on social media before. Like I posted, but like not really anything. I wasn't scrolling. I didn't have time for that. I was working too much. So she told me about this, and she asked me like how much a month would help you. And I was like $1,000. And she's like, okay, you can do that, but you're going to have to hustle. And I'm like, how about just $250 for my car payment? Like that's it. So I started for $250 on my car payment. So I want to know, how much a month did you guys start for, or how much a month you guys are aiming for now? And I want you guys to put that in the chat, because I think that is so key. And this is one of the things that I do with my new distributors, and I find out immediately. And I'm going to tell you about how I get my distributors. And then it kind of is going to transition to how I train them. Okay. So, whenever the first 1 to 5 or 6 days of the month, I am going so hard for host to post for customers. I am I'm putting up like 15 to 20 host to post those first 5 to 6 days. And as you think right now, it doesn't matter who you are and how amazing you are at host to post, that is a scary number. But the reason why I go so hard for it is because my mindset is, if I get 15 to 20 host a post up, that's 15 to 20 potential distributors in one day. So I'm going hard for host to post with the mindset of every single person that puts up a host to post. I have the intention of flipping that conversation to for them to join the team and for them to make money on their social media. Yes, I may get some customers out of it, but my intent is, hey, your market is amazing. You just had 3, 10, 15 likes and comments, however many. Have you ever thought about making extra money from your social media just like I do? And that is my whole goal, is the first 5 to 6 days of the month is go so hard for host to post, but I'm not looking at the comments. I'm showing them and I'm helping them get enrolled, and I'm having them message those people to get their customers. So that's what I'm doing. It's a super easy thing. Yes, I may start the conversation, but within like the first hour or two, I'm messaging them, hey, you've already got action on your post, whether it's a like or 2 likes, it doesn't matter. They're getting some type of action. And after an hour, I go in and I boost it and I just put like a heart emoji, and then comments after that start coming in. And so I tell them a little bit about what I do and how it's helped me, and then I get them enrolled. And a lot of my distributors, I pre-sell samples, or I have them pre-sell the samples, and that's how a lot of them join. A lot of people, especially in 2020, it's hard for them to come by the money, so selling samples is key. I don't even tell them how much it costs to get started. I just automatically have them pre-sell samples before I even tell them how much it costs, because I want them to put some effort in. And then if they don't need to pre-sell those samples, we can flip that conversation into a loyal customer right away, right when they get started. So that's kind of how I get my distributors. Okay. So then once they get started, I'm getting them, downloading apps, eSuite, training videos into the team page, like however you guys do your training stuff is like what I'm doing with my people. And then the key thing I think is so huge with this is getting them on a FaceTime or a Zoom ASAP. Hey, you just got started, when do you have time for me just to meet you? 15 minutes. I just want to see your face. And I always make a joke out of it. Like, I just want you to know that I'm a real person, and I want to see your face, and I want to get to know you. Cause me personally, once I see your face, I'm going to remember who you are, what your kids' names are, how much money you want to make, where you live. But like when I'm messaging you, I don't remember that. But when I see your face, I remember. So then I know, as an enroller and as the teacher, what their why is. And that's what I talk about on that FaceTime, is I figure out what their why is. And so I try to get them on the phone within the first 24 hours. That is key, number one, everything. And I even do this. I try to, right now with the $40 BBKs, it's a little difficult. But I try to even do my downlines new enrolled within the first 24, 48, 72 hours is usually where I hit it. Because I want them to know that they're not alone, and that they have multiple resources. So getting them on their phone, and then I'm just asking their why again. Like, why did you start this? How much money a month would help you? Tell me about you. Are you working, school? I want to know, like, what are your kids' names? How old are they? What is your schedule like? Okay, that's going to help me know when you're available and when you're not available. And I ask them, I think this is really, really key that we should ask is, how long have you been following my journey, or how long have we been connected on social media? Because I want to know how long they've been watching me. Because when they say, oh, I've been following you for 2.5 years, they've been following me from the start. And I got connected with them in the beginning, because I've only been doing this, not even 2.5 years. And I went very quickly. I kind of skipped this part in my story, whatever. So I started for 250. Within my first 45 days, I made my car payment and some, and I was like, well, shoot, let's go for it. And, I was going to school full time, a brand new single mom. And within my 6 months of being in the business, I hit double diamond, and I had tripled my spa salary. I am a very high paid double diamond because I know how to work the comp plan. And that is one thing that you guys have to know. And I'm going to kind of talk about that, how to work the comp plan to maximize your paycheck, because you can be a ruby and have a comma in your paycheck. You can be an emerald and make a $3,000 paycheck. I have had them. You can be a double diamond and have a $7,000 paycheck. You know, $7,000 paycheck as a double diamond, that's pushing triple pay. Who cares what your rank is if you're making the money? And we all start this business for the money, and you guys each put an amount in there. And I'm going to talk about that, how you're going to talk to your new distributors about the amount that they need to make. And so getting to know them, what their why is, how long they've been following me, because I'm going to tell them, okay, you've been watching me this long. What stopped you? Why didn't you get started earlier? Because that is already in their mindset and it's already an objection. Even though they hit submit, I want to crush that objection right there, because that's going to be their mindset to why they're not pushing. And so I want to know, why didn't you get started earlier? And I'm going to talk to them about that. And it may just be like, I don't feel like I know anybody, or I'm scared, or, I feel like I'm going to get started and not have anybody to relate to, or, I'm just thrown to the wolves. I have so many new people that I get them on the FaceTime and they're like, I just, never started because I thought that I was going to be alone. And they're like, I'm just shocked that you're FaceTiming me right now. And like, that is a huge thing for people, knowing that you're actually going to help them, because so many people have either been connected with our company or a different company, or know of someone that they got started and they never had support. And I think that's a huge thing to talk about in your one-on-one when you first get to know them. And then I ask them, okay, how much a month is going to help you? And they give me an answer. So I'm just going to use my $250 because that's what I needed to make whenever I first got started, was my $250 for my car payment. Okay, when do you need to make that by? I need a date. I need to know when you need that $250, that $350, however much. I need to know what the date is, because that's going to tell me how much I need to turn the heat up on you. Or if you're just kind of like, I just need gas money. Well, you might, or like grocery money, or like, I don't know. I need a dollar amount and I need to know a date, because that for me is going to help me keep you accountable, and it's going to help me train you the best way, because I'm super red. I don't know if you guys can tell that or not, but I am money driven. I am super red. And I'm like, okay, here's a plan. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to get there. And let's freaking go. And so that's what I do with my newbies. And I tell them, hey, I grew up military, so I'm very like structured. And I'm kind of like a wild child. So if I'm a little much, tell me to tone it down. And I let them know, like, hey, you can tell me if I'm too much, because not everybody, connects with a red. So I want to know what their mindset is. I want to know how much money they need to make. And within that conversation, I can figure out what color personality they are. And that's going to be super huge into how you train them. And so let's say you need to make $250. And what's today? Today's the 18th. Okay, Haley, I need to make $250 by the 1st. Actually, we're just going to do this. So I had a girl tell me that she needed to make $600 by next week, Friday. And I was like, okay, so we have 9 days. This was last week. So I was like, okay, we have 9 days to make you $600 for her to pay for her November rent. And she was already super behind. And I was like, all right, are you ready to hustle? Well, I don't know anybody. I don't know if I can do this. That's not my question. Are you ready to hustle? You need to make $600 in the next 9 days. If I give you every post, every wording, every single thing to do, are you ready to put in that effort and ready to go? If I give you everything and you don't have to worry other than screenshots and copy and paste, are you ready to do it? If I were to tell you that and do it on a Zoom, would you be like, okay, let's go? Yeah, let's do it. I don't have to do anything. I just have to send screenshots to copy and paste, like drop a one if you would be like, F yeah, let's go get $600 in the next 9 days. Okay. So I'm going to break this down for you guys. And I think this is super important. So let's talk samples, because this is how I train my distributors. I'm telling them this is how we get paid. We all join for money. So I talk to them about this in the one-on-one. And even though we may not go for samples, I'm letting them know that, okay, we're getting your 6 customers, we're going for your $150 shopping spree, and then we're going to run for Ruby and you get $150 unlimited bonuses weekly. And just to go get yourself boxed for a promotion, you get 3 of those. That's $450. We can do that alone by next week, Friday. And so I tell them, okay, this is what we're going to do. You need $600. I sell coffee samples at $18, okay, a piece. So I divide that by 18. That's 33 samples. You have 9 days. That's 4 samples a day. Can you sell 4 samples a day? Drop a 2. That's easy. Breaking it down that way is so easy. So that coffee post that I told them to put up, hey, so to pre-sell samples, hey, I make it up one. It says, hey, I'm doing a poll. How many cups of coffee do you drink daily? And then all these people comment on it. And when they comment, I give them a script about how to sell samples, whether it's pre-selling samples or whether it's like, hey, I need to make $600 by next week, Friday. And I'm really stressing. And like, I spent my last $99 that like should have gone towards my car payment and I'm already late on it. And so I'm kind of freaking out. Samples. I'm going to tell them to do that right then and there. Because if you get that instant gratification and that instant pay for them, they're going to run for it. So I talk to them about samples. Then I tell them about distributor enrollments, getting your $150 fast start bonuses. And so when you do $600 divided by 150, that's 4 distributors, giving yourself box Ruby plus an extra one. I break down how much you need to make by fast starts. Every single month with all of my new people, whenever I have anybody, even not new people, even when I do one-on-ones with my team, how much do you need to make this month? Okay, go get 6 new distributors. When you break it down by fast starts, it's so much easier. My goal every month is to get 10 distributors. That's $1,500 just in fast starts. Not even talking about commissions. I want to make $1,500 every single month just in fast starts because I know what that's going to do for me. I'm a single mom. I get no child support. I have nothing. This business is everything for me. So I need $1,500 guaranteed for savings, paying off debt. I've paid off $22,000 just this year in credit card debt because of lawyers and like baby dad drama issues. Okay. $22,000 in credit card debt. I have no credit card debt now. And it's all from fast starts and like sample cash and like some commissions, but it's mostly fast starts and cabs. Okay. And when you're diamond and above, you want everybody to get their fast starts because you're just racking up cabs. So I don't know what everybody's status is, but okay. So I want to know how much you need to make and when. Okay. I'm going to break it down. You need this many samples and you need this many new distributors. So then this is what I'm going to tell them to do. You're going to make a list of 30 to 50 people that love and support you. Don't worry about if they can't afford it. Don't worry about it. The ones that can afford products, I want you to put a star next to their name. So then I have them start messaging their 30s or 50s list. And we're asking for host to post. I don't have my people message for customers. That's just me because I knew that my family couldn't really afford it. And I didn't want to ask my family when I knew like my brothers are 6 and 7 years old, you guys. Like my parents can't afford extra stuff like that. So I didn't want to ask my family. So I have my people host a post. So then they're getting instant people interested in the products. And then, so I have them, okay, send 5 people, get host to post up. Hair, skin, and nails for everybody. Everybody does hair, skin, and nails. It's easy to understand. It's an easy product description. It's an easy before and after. Hey, this is what the girl's hair looked like this time. This is what it looks like after. Like super easy, simple. The pricing is simple and it's a very, very easy upsell, especially with the 3 for $75. Like so easy for the 3 for $75. And I always upsell to the collagen and I teach my people that immediately. We're not worried about upselling. Everybody should be asking for more than one product. And it's so simple to slip it in. doing host to post, getting those people. And when they get more than 3 to 5 comments, we're now flipping that conversation. Hey, thanks so much for putting that post up for me and supporting me. I'm really excited that you got so much action on your host to post or on your post. I have hair in my mouth, sorry. I don't know if you could use some extra money, but I just started this new side gig like yesterday or today. And I've been following this girl for X amount of time. I'm giving them the script. I've been following this girl on social media for 2 years, and she's a single mom, and being able to stay home with her daughter using my story because she's been following me. And this is why I did that one-on-one with her. Been following her for 2 years. She's a single mom staying at home. And I just wanted to make some gas and grocery money, or I need to pay, off some debt or whatever their why is. And I just wanted to make some extra money. Can I just send you some info about it? I know that everybody's kind of struggling right now. And then it's an easy flip. So then they're already getting used to learning how to flip that conversation. And then they're now having a potential distributor. And those people that I have on their 30s to 50s list that I told them to put a star next to that can't afford products. Yeah, I'll be able to drop the scripts like after, because I can't do it right now. I won't be able to focus. So when the people that I tell them to put a star next to their name that they can't afford anything, we're offering the business immediately. We're offering, hey, I just started this side gig. It's all on social media in my free time. It's 1 hour to 2 hours a day. Works around your schedule. I started for my gas, grocery, whatever. I've been following this chick on social media for 2 years. I thought of you, and I was wondering if I could just send you some info. And then I'm walking them through that conversation too. And so now we're having distributor conversations and customer conversations all together, because everybody be real, how comfortable on a scale of 1 to 10 are you on customer conversations? 1 being like, I don't even know where I'm at. And then 10 being like, heck yes, let me talk to customers all day, every day about everything. Okay. So we're about like, I'm seeing like 6 and above is a little bit more. Okay. So there's some like really new people names that I'm recognizing. So I see those people. I'm glad that I see those people's names. Okay. So, and then with distributors, on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you with having a distributor conversation? Okay, I guess the numbers are pretty up there too. There's some that are lower. Okay. So when you have a new person and you start teaching them that immediately, there's so much weight lifted off of, hey, now you're going to go, once you get your 6 customers, now you're going to go and get your distributors, because we're already having those conversations at the same time. Okay. So, I just dropped a whole lot of information on you, like real quick. So I'm just going to summarize. Okay. So I get them on the phone within the first 24 hours. Who are you? How long have we been connected on social media? And why, how long have we been connected on social media? How much a month would help you? And why did you not get started sooner? Those are my main questions. And then I'm going to use that to be able to for now potential distributor conversations immediately. Okay. So I do it one-on-one. I tell them, okay, this is what our goal is. And I tell them, I don't expect you to remember any of this, but I want you to know that we have this goal, we have goals set up so that you're not like, okay, I got my 6 customers. Now what? Like, they're just like hanging out in like nowhere land. Because after you get your 6 customers, people are like, okay, I got my 6 customers. I got my $150 shopping spree. Like, I'm good. I'm going to get like a $500 paycheck, right? No, I think that's what a lot of people expect. And so that's why I want to have the conversation with them of, okay, 6 customers. And then once we get that like 4th or 5th customer, I'm going to remind them, okay, 2 more customers, 1 more customer. And then we're going to get you some distributors and get you those $150 fast starts, because you need to make that $600 by next week, Friday. And we're going to help them get their 6 customers within like this weekend. And then you're going to be able to have those fast starts. And fast starts are everything. Like weekly bonuses. Who loves getting a bonus every Thursday. And I love that they give them on Thursday because like who wants to wait till Friday? I don't. Okay. I if I don't get a fast start, I am so mad at myself every Thursday. Like I'm expect one because that's just how I am. So I fast starts are everything. Okay. So and okay, so 6 customers, this is our goal, and then we're gonna get your fast start bonus, or then we're gonna get you boxed Ruby. And I show them a Ruby chart. I have them download it on their phone. I have them draw it up. If you don't have a printer, I don't care. You're gonna download your friends list and you're going to download a chart. And honestly, I didn't even start like using a real chart until after I hit double diamond. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll pay for an app that I can download charts into. Like I was drawing them on pieces of paper and my whole entire wall was covered in charts because I didn't want to spend money on printing stuff out because I didn't have a printer. And I was like, I'm a penny pincher. And like I didn't want to go to FedEx and spend like $15 on printing stuff out. Okay. And you guys see this triple chart? That was like $45. And I was like, oh, it's an investment. It's okay. Don't need papers all over the walls anymore. Like I can get myself a triple chart and it's okay. So I just want you guys to like little tidbits there. Okay, so we're gonna go and they're gonna print off or draw up a Ruby chart ASAP. ASAP, because I want them to know 6 customers, fill this chart, teach them to get 6 customers. And I tell them I'm here to walk you through everything. And if you get a distributor today, even though you don't know what the heck you're doing, like I'm going to be there walking you through everything. Okay. So 6 customers, and we start getting, I want them to get 5 to 8 host to post up within their first 24 hours. That is the goal. And I want that once they get their first 5 out, we wait an hour. Hey, do you have any comments? Do you have any likes on those? You know, did people actually put them up? Did they not put them up? Okay, if they said that they would put it up for you, but didn't, send them this follow-up message. Hey, I know you're so busy. Thank you so much for helping me launch my new business. Were you able to get that post up for me? Like it's not rude, it's not invasive, it's really gentle. Like, hey, I know you're busy and thank you so much for helping me, but did you get it up? It's like super simple. And I do that with every single person that I even ask for a host to post. Hey, I know you're busy, but like, did you get that host to post up? Because I want to make sure that I'm getting them up. And so I do that with my distributors. I'm teaching them follow-ups and I'm teaching them accountability. And because that's what I do with my customers. If I don't hear with them within like 3 to 5 hours, I'm messaging you again that day. And so I'm teaching them, getting them in that habit already. And then so customers host to post, and all of my new people, when they like start getting host to post up, they sign their first couple customers within the first 24 hours. Like it's a thing. So then within what I want them to get their 30s list done with within 48 hours. So I want them to have a good amount of host to post up within the first 2 days. And then after that, I'm giving them a different script, telling them about the cash giveaway, whatever. I'm having them put up a giveaway post so that they're getting more host to post up. And then every single person that they messaged, we're going to flip the conversation and have them talk about distributors. And I'm helping them through all those conversations. And I want them to get that at least one distributor set up within their first couple hours or couple days. I'm sorry. And then I can teach both of them how to get their 6 customers at the same time, because we're all doing the same thing and it's the same scripts over and over and over and over. And okay, so 6 customers and distributors. And then I explained to them, okay, now we need to make sure that you just got your first distributor. Okay, you're in only a couple hours or a couple days. You still don't know what you're doing. Create a 3-way chat right now. Yeah, I got this from Morgan Martin. You guys, everything that I'm doing, I've stolen from somebody else. Asking about how much money you need to make and when you need to make it by, I got that from Jocelyn Yates. And then the 3-way chats I got from Morgan Martin. So I have them create the 3-way chats. And this is a conversation with all 3 of us. I'm there for backup, but my new distributor that just joined, they're in control of the conversation. And when they don't know what they're doing, they're texting me outside of the group, and I'm giving them the scripts to put into that chat. So then that new person knows who their enroller is, and I'm just there for backup. And I still do a one-on-one, I still do a FaceTime with them. If I can get all three of us on, great. But if not, it's okay too, because I want to make sure that FaceTime is done like super quickly, because then there's more of a connection. Okay. And I got this from, I think it was Kelsey Thornton, and hopefully like I described this whole analogy correctly for it to make sense. So she talked about the business being like a balloon. A new distributor is a balloon. Okay. And they're tied to, this is my footboard. Okay. They're tied to the footboard. They have a balloon hanging out. They started to make some extra money. But then when they meet you and have a FaceTime with you and know that you're a real person and they care about your goals, and they know they know that you're there to help them, and they have support and they have the training, and there's a real person behind that screen that they've been talking to, that's another string connected to that balloon. And then when they actually get a paycheck, that's another string. And when they get their first couple enrollments, that's another string. And they constantly have all these strings attached to this footboard, and they're tied down. They're less likely to leave because their balloon is secured on this footboard, which is the business and you. This business is so much more than just money. Okay, I don't care how long you've been in. Well, if you've been in for at least like a week, how many of you have gotten something more than just financial out of this? Have you found your best friend? Have you created another family? Have you worked on yourself, personal development? Have you healed through some type of trauma or issue? Your confidence level. I don't know about you. I don't know what number we're on, but like, let's drop a 4. How many of you, since you've been in this business, your confidence level has like skyrocketed? And like, just in general, the confidence this business gives you is unreal. Okay. And that alone makes me want to stick around, because this business improves me so much. And I tell my new distributors, this business isn't just about money. And this business is so much more than the money, but the money is a string that's going to keep them around. The relationships and the connections and everything is going to keep them around longer and hustle even harder. And so that's why it's so, I think that FaceTime within the first 24 hours is so key, because it does so many things. It speaks to every color personality. The yellows, they want to know that you care and they care about other people. And so that's why I talk about, how many people do you know that are struggling financially right now? I want you to write them on a list. I have them do the list of potentials, just people in general. And then I have them make a list of potentials that could use some extra money. And I ask them about their story. And I enroll a lot of single moms or chicks that have been single moms in the past, and they can connect to that with me, because that's all I talk about. And I just totally lost my thought. Okay, so I tell them, what other single moms do you know? Like, I don't care if you're a single mom or not, or even if you're a mom or not, like everybody knows a single mom, okay? There's some crazy statistic that like 60% of women that go into the labor and delivery unit are single parents or single moms. And so like, there's so many single moms out there. So I tell them, like, who do you know who's a single mom? Okay, it's 2020. I don't know where you live, but there's a whole lot of restaurants that have like started to shut down. Who do you know has lost a job during COVID? I know that we're not allowed to like say those words on social media, but you can make a post, something super simple. Hey, I know there's lockdowns going on. Do I have anybody that's hours got cut or has lost a job? Or do I have any restaurant workers that got their hours cut? I did that so many times in March, and I got so many restaurant people that hustled. And the reason why you can't say COVID is because it's a compliance thing, because we don't want to say like, oh, come join my business and you're going to be able to pay all your bills. And it's like a compliance thing, because like, just because you join doesn't mean you're going to get an automatic paycheck. So you have to be very careful with the words, but you can word it like, hey, who do I know that's lost a job? Who's got their hours cut. I know that in my area or the city ordinance or whatever, just scale back on restaurants. Where are my restaurant workers at? Where are my bartenders at? Where are my estheticians, my massage therapists, my retail workers? Like, where are those are the types of posts that you can be putting up and having those conversations immediately and like transition. Okay, so I'm trying to summarize real quick, unless you have any questions, Mandy. No, okay. You're like, wait.
No, there's no questions that have come in the chat so far, and you're on a roll, so you keep.
Okay, so I guess oh yeah, I was talking about color personalities. When you do the FaceTime with them or the Zoom with them, when you get them on and you ask them about them and their why, and you ask them like, who do you know that's also struggling? That's the yellow coming out. That's them wanting to help other people and them talking about, wanting to help other people and just like get this business for other people. Okay, so that's the yellow. And you're speaking to their yellow, asking about them and asking about their why and what made them do this and how much is going to help them, because you are wanting to know about them, and that's speaking to the yellow. The blue is, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get you your first couple customers, and then I'm going to get you into our team chat, and you're going to see that there's all kinds of people that you can connect with, and I'm not going to be the only person. Once we get your first couple wins, get you your 6 customers, I'm going to get you into this chat, and then once you get yourself set up for Ruby, then I'm going to get you into this chat, and then everybody in there is there to help each other. So when they have a post that blows up, they tell them, hey, this is my wording, or hey, this is when we give each other tasks, or and you have a whole team. So if you see someone who's freaking booming, like I have a girl that's pushing for Emerald right now, and I don't even know, but she's like enrolled like 5 customers today. I feel like every time I look at the chat, like she's booming. So like if someone sees that she's booming, they can be like, hey, Rachel, what are you doing to enroll customers? And Rachel's going to share that. So I speak to the blue, letting them know that they're not alone. Also, potential distributors, every time you guys do a team Zoom, you better be on your story sharing, like recording this, even if it's just a boomerang and you showing that you're on a team Zoom, or just like swiping through all of the pages, because that is speaking to the blue. The blues like to have fun and party and like have all the connections, interact with people. And so that's going to speak to them. And then your greens are, okay, this is your goal. We're going to get you your 6 customers. We're going to get you your shopping spree. And then we're going to go and get you boxed for Ruby. And that averages $500 a month. And when you get 3 people on your team, you make $150 per new distributor. That speaks to the green. And then your reds are, okay, how much do you need to make? When do you need it by? Okay, are you ready to hustle? If I give you everything, if I give you the post, if I give you the wording, if I give you the things to put on your slides, like, are you ready to do it? If I just like give it to you, are you ready to post it? That's speaking to the red. They're like, heck yeah, just like give it to me, let's go. And that's the same way that you want to talk about getting your distributors too. So whenever you make the post of like, okay, this is what my goal is this month, this is how much I want to hustle, and this is what my goal is. I'm gonna make this paycheck, I'm gonna hit this rank, I'm here to help this many people, I want to help this many people make an extra income. That's speaking to the red for your posting. The blue is your stories, sharing your team pages, sharing your team pictures, sharing selfies of your other team, sharing your team stories. That's speaking to the blue. Speaking to the yellow is talking about your struggle and why you joined this business and the emotional aspect with it. You guys, the most simple post will get you people in your inbox. I guarantee it. Okay. You don't need to be making $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. You don't got to be ambassador to speak to those people. If this drop 4, we're at 5 now. Okay. Drop of 5. If this business has paid for something, whether it paid for itself, it paid for gas, maybe it just pays for your products. If it has paid for something, I want you to drop a 5. Okay. I don't care what the dollar amount is. it will speak to someone. And I talk about this story often. Actually, I think this toy is actually in here. I think it's on the floor. Okay, so me and my daughter went to the grocery store during COVID, all this craziness. And I don't have a lot of toys for her. We're very basic, minimal. I'm not about all the stuff. I would much rather pay off some debt than buy all the stuff. That's just me. Okay. So she gets entertained with the simplest things, and I love it. So she never goes to the store and asks for toys. Never. But like, this was one of our first times of after being out of the house for however long. And, they have all the toys at perfect level for the 2-year-olds and any kid, like down at the floor. And she found this $2 Beanie Baby. It's a kiwi, like the little bird. It's a kiwi. And it's like pink tie-dye. It was $2. She fell in love with this thing. She takes this thing everywhere. She clips it either on her like shirt, because it's got a little keychain on it, or she clips it on her belt loops, or she'll put it on her little boot loops because she wears boots all the time, or she like carries it on her water bottle. She brings it everywhere, this $2 toy. And we went to the mall that day and just walked around, and she like loved this kiwi. She put it down on, and she was like taking care of it everywhere. So I made a post about this $2 kiwi Beanie Baby toy, and how she loved this Beanie Baby toy, and how I'm so thankful for this business that allowed me to say yes and be able to purchase something so simple and something so little that nobody ever thinks about. But how many of you, drop a 6, have had to tell your kids, no, because you couldn't afford it? Okay. Or maybe you don't have kids and you couldn't buy something that you wanted because you couldn't afford it. Okay. That is why I made that post, because I made this whole thing about how she loves this toy and how I'm so thankful for this business because of a simple $2 toy. And you guys have no idea how many people were in my inbox and how many other moms messaged me, hey, I saw your post about the toy and like I can relate so much. And I cried reading it. And like I enrolled, I think like 6 or 7 distributors from that one post. That is connecting with your yellows. You don't have to be having a comma in your paycheck for you to connect with the yellows when you talk about your struggle before and you talk about what this business is doing now. And just because you're shouting out your goals, like this business is going to help me pay my car payment, it's going to help me get my car payment, it's going to help me get my car payment. Just because you're speaking it out doesn't mean you're lying about what you want this business to do. You're speaking out what you want it to do. When you're talking about what the amount that you put in the chat, you talk about that every single day, and you're saying that this is going to happen with this business, that's going to get people, the reds and the greens and the blues and the yellows, to follow you and watch your journey. And those simple posts, those little posts are going to teach your distributors how to do the same thing. And you're going to tell them, okay, I want you to write a post about why you got started. And I want you to write a post about my story that you connected with, because you sharing my story is going to connect with other people because you connected with it. And so I teach my team, share my story if you don't feel like you have one. Share your enroller story, because that's going to get distributors, and having them start that right away is so key. So that's kind of how I launch my people, and like the little things that I do around it to help them get all of the enrollments.
I love it. And it was everything that I wanted it to be. And so does anybody have any questions for Haley? I know a lot of people have asked if we can have her scripts. And so Haley, would it be easier for you to send us a document and for us to ship it out to all of our team?
Sure, I can do that. So like what scripts? I didn't see that in the chat.
Yeah, it has come through all of it. So like your new distributor launch. So for me, if it were me, I would think it'd be easier just to put together a document, and then you could ship it out in the triples, and then all of us can just send it out.
Okay. So I'm actually I'm making a Telegram right now for all of my people to be able to launch.
Yes, I want in that.
Okay, so I will, once I complete that, my goal is to get that like tonight or tomorrow, to be able to like finish that up, and then I can launch that out too. And you guys, all of my scripts, they're stolen.
Yeah. They're not
None of them
stolen. They're borrowed.
Borrowed. They're copyrighted.
Like she copied the right cat. It's fine,
Yes.
and made it work for her.
100%. Okay, so I want to just like go through this because I feel like there's a whole lot. Okay. TikTok. Oh, I'm not on TikTok. I saw TikTok on there. I'm not on TikTok. I can't be on TikTok because of court, custody, baby daddy drama, and it's like a protection thing. Just until I'm done with that. So I'm not on TikTok. I'm 100% Facebook and like 12% Instagram. Okay, so this is kind of like off topic, like not for like this specific topic, but if you guys don't have your bills, like someone says, I really need to pay off my credit card debt. If you guys don't have your bills to the penny written out somewhere that you can see every single day, you're not going to get anywhere. You need to write them down to the penny right there. I have all of my debt. I have my dream board and I have my chart, and this is my bed. And like, you need to have all of that so you know exactly what you're going for. 100%. You have to have it out. If you want to pay off your credit card debt, you need to know how much. And every single fast start goes towards debt. Don't even look at it. Just send it to the credit card company, and you're going to start knocking off debt like crazy. Okay. Hair, skin, nail, post to post. Okay.
You had people wanting to know which hair, skin, and posts.
Mine, okay. I got it from Taylor Kaufman. Okay. Draw these scripts. If I was already logged on my phone on here, then I would totally already have to be able to do this. Okay. Someone said, can you PM me after this? You find me. Probably a whole lot easier for you to find me than you find you.
I wasn't sure if she was one of yours or not.
No, I'm not sure. How in the blue moon do you have hours? Any hours? Old DTs sign their own TT. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna tell you. When it comes to you enrolling distributors, and your new distributors enrolling distributors, and you still working your business, you have to set business hours for you. You have to set business hours for your team, and you have to set business hours of no phone. 100%. You guys, I wake up at like 5 a.m., 5:30, and I go to bed at like 10, 11. I try to have my phone out of my hand at 11. And like, I wake up very, very early and I go to bed kind of late, and my daughter kind of naps, but like, I set those scheduled hours so that you get it done. And I have hours that I help my team, and there's hours that I don't help my team because I need to work my business. And there's hours that I don't, want to be around my phone, because we all need that. Okay. Post to post first.
And so I'll add to that, like when you very first wake up, and Haley, you can kind of tell them what you do, but my first 15 minutes out of bed, I don't touch my phone. Like I meditate and do my prayer of Jabez before I ever pick up my phone, because how you start your day is how your day is going to go.
100%. I personally have to do an hour of personal development every morning, like minimum. Minimum, because it's the only way that I'm a decent
We
mom.
do a 5 a.m. club, so my phone gets picked up, but we are doing like the strangest secret and stuff together on Zoom.
So how do you stay motivated every day? How many of you guys work a job also? Drop a 6. Okay, so how many of you want to quit your job? Drop a 7. How many of you want this to be your only income? Okay. How bad do you want to quit your job? Like on a scale of 1 to 10. I want to know, like, how bad do you want to quit that job? Okay. That's my motivation. I don't want to leave my daughter. I'm my daughter's only parent. Her dad is in and out of jail. He's a meth addict. He's a felon. He's very dangerous. I hid from him my entire pregnancy. I grew up in a single parent household. I don't want my daughter to have a babysitter or a nanny or somebody else raise her. And you guys, I am in Louisiana right now, but technically, legally, I'm not allowed to leave the state of Texas, and I have no family there. So I'm 100% a single mom. Like, I have no family in the state. I don't have support from her dad. It's 100% me. That is my motivation to work this business every single day, because I can't leave my daughter, because I don't want her thinking that I left her to being the only parent. Paying off debt is my motivation. I'm very numbers driven. My goal is to be 100% debt free by the time she turns 5. I had it for this year, but I bought a new truck, so I'm behind a little bit. So, but like that is my goal. You need to have specific goals, and you need to have a date. If you want to quit your job, you better have a date so that you have something to hustle for hard, and that you can quit that job by that date. And I bet you, if you hustle hard enough, you'll quit before that date. You'll make a paycheck enough before that date. But you also have to have that paycheck written down. You started for $250. So my dream board is right there. So that number, it says 10,000 a month. So I started for $250. Once I hit $250, I crossed it off. I put my next number. When I hit that, I took it down, put the next number. When I hit that, I took the next number. And like 2,000, 5,000, 7,000. Once I hit a $7,000 paycheck, 10,000 is the next one. That's my motivation. Staying home with my daughter, paying off debt, having a $10,000 paycheck. And that's not selfish. I don't know where you guys are at in, like, if you are faith-based or in God or whatever. Money is not bad. It's what people do with their money is what's bad. With the money there or not, if the person is terrible and like just selfish, whether they have money or not, they're going to be, those personality traits are going to be there. Money is not bad. It's what you do with it. And when I make that $10,000 paycheck, I'm going to put $2,500 towards a missions ministry. There we go. That I really, really love and support, because God has blessed me with being able to pay off $22,000 in debt this year during COVID while everybody's locked down. I hustled for it. And I know that I'm going to be able to give somebody else a blessing, and it's going to get multiplied. Money is not bad. Having a goal for paying off debt is not bad. It's being driven. You don't want to be burdened by that. If it gives you stress, you need to get rid of it. And if your bills are stressing you out, break it down. Figure out the numbers, and that is what's going to motivate you. And when you I'm doing Dave Ramsey, 100% love Dave Ramsey, okay? Snowball effect. You have your smallest bill to the largest bill, okay? When you start wiping off or crossing out those small bills, it is the best feeling ever. Whenever I was able to, I was making minimum payments, but I had my savings for my credit card, because I didn't want to put a chunk towards credit card and then swipe my card. Put a chunk towards credit card and then swipe my card. I didn't want to do that. So I was making the minimum payments, and I was growing my savings to throw a lump sum in it. And whenever I was able to put an $8,000, like, I'm done with this credit card, that was the best weight off of my shoulders ever. That is my motivation. My daughter is my motivation, not being drowned in debt, and teaching my daughter that she does not have to live in debt and have to struggle. Even as a single mom, nobody should struggle, but a single mom definitely should not. And I am here to teach other moms that you don't have to struggle. That is the other half of my motivation. I know what this business has done for me, and this business has been the biggest blessing ever. And I'm very much like about God, and I'm going to tell everybody everything. And I share my faith, and I share about God on my page and with my team. And I don't always attract people who have the same faith, and that's fine. You can be atheist, that's fine, whatever. I'm still going to love you. You can be Buddhist or whatever you are. It doesn't matter to me. But if this business has blessed me, just like my faith, why would I not share it? This business has been a blessing. Share it to someone. Don't be scared to tell someone about this blessing that is helping you pay for groceries or gas or your car payment, or just help you pay off a credit card. When you pay off something with this business, you better shout yourself out. Just don't put a dollar sign in compliance. Don't put a dollar sign, but just like shout yourself out that you just did something that's going to get people in. That's how I stay motivated. My team helps me stay motivated. When I don't feel like doing this business, I remember I enrolled 2 more distributors today. So I just enrolled 11 distributors this month. If I don't feel like working, those 11 people that just put their money on me, because that's what they did. They just gambled on you. They gambled on you. They put their money towards you to help them. So those people gambled on me to help them. So when I don't feel like working, they're losing out on their money. And I don't want that, because I know what this business, and I talk about what this business has done and the blessing that it's given me. And if I don't help them, then they just gambled on something that I shout out all the time. So that's just accountability. Do you have a newbie chat or keep it one-on-one? My personally enrolled, I keep one-on-one. Once they get their first, depending on their personality, if I think that the newbie chat is going to be overwhelming for them, I'm going to keep them one-on-one for a little bit longer. But I'm going to introduce them to somebody else in a 3-way chat so that they know that they're not alone. And once they're comfortable in that and not really overwhelmed, then I introduce them into the newbie chat. Because there's sometimes if you just throw someone in the newbie chat, like they're like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. And this is too much. And this chat's going off all the time. And I feel like I have to read everything. And like, I'm just really overwhelmed, and they're not even posting or doing anything because that chat's going off. So you just really have to read your people. But I mostly keep it one-on-one. Everybody that I personally enroll, I text all the time. And then like if someone's enroller kind of like bails, then I adopt them and I'm texting them. Not everybody has my phone number. But I'm keeping it mostly one-on-one. Once they get their first couple wins, I feel like they're ready for the newbie chat, then I put them in there. Okay, I think that's it.
I think you got all the questions from in there. I didn't see anything else.
Okay, cool. I know I kind of went a long time.
So anybody else have any questions? You guys can unmute. I have it unlocked. If you want to unmute and ask your questions, be brave, feel free to. If not, I'm going to let her go to bed.
Now my headache's gone, so I might get some work done.
So now we know the cure to your headache. You just come to a call for us.
Yeah, I just gotta Zoom. Don't go to bed. Zoom somebody.
Haley, I really appreciate you taking your time to do this call with us tonight. It's been really helpful, and I'm excited to put some of the strategies to work.
Yes, I am so glad that you got something out of it. And I'm gonna try to get the rest of my scripts together. But I'm glad that you got something out of it. Now, okay. Now, how many of you are like, I'm freaking on fire right now? Like, who's ready to like go enroll somebody? I'm going to challenge you to go and message like 75 people tonight before you go to bed. At least 75. If you're like on West Coast, you better like message like 150. But when you guys are on fire, you have to put that fire in, like spread it. You have to go right then. You can't do it tomorrow. Do it right now when you're excited, because people are going to feel your excitement rather than just a script.
There is one question in here, Haley, if you'll give us this one script tonight, and then I'll get the rest from you tomorrow. It says, can we get the script to ask your host of posters to do the business? I love the mindset shift of getting the host to post for potential distributors.
Okay. Yes, I got this from, I think, Morgan Martin. It's in my KPIs.
And if it's easier for you, just to send it to me and I can copy and paste it into the chat too.
Yeah. Okay. So this is, where are you? Right here. I do that one, and then I'll have to find the other one. This one you can just do for any host to post. It just says, thanks so much again for putting that post up for me. I don't know if you could enjoy having an extra income, $500 a month from social media, but you're active on here and I think it would be fun to work with you. Can I send you more info about what I do? If not, no biggie. The other one that's saying like, hey, I just started this new side gig. I've been following this girl on social media. That one I can get, and I'd have to search for it because I actually just started that one like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
So that one's super new.
And so everybody who's on the call, when she either puts together her Telegram or puts together a document, your double or triple will send it out to you. Because we're all in a group and we'll have access to it.
Yes.
Does anybody else have any questions for her?
Okay, so before everybody gets off, if you haven't posted on your story about being on the Zoom, do it so that like you can show potentials. Like make sure that you guys do that every team Zoom. I don't care if it's every night. Cheyenne Knox, Morgan Martin, Jade, all of them do it. So you have to do it every time you're on a Zoom because you are going to get so many more people like following, and then they know that you're not alone. So even if you look like a retard,
so you guys should all turn your cameras on so we're not taking pictures.
Yes.
Pictures.
Well, if you're on your phone, then, you know, someone in your chat can share pictures with you.
Yes.
And then just put music behind it.
I want to do a boomerang. Can everyone just wave with their camera on?
Only if you send it to me or tag me.
Okay. I got to get back to the main page. Okay. Cool.
All right. If everybody will make sure that they tell Haley thank you and share, like take it back to your teams and share, because there's nothing more than getting, like nothing worse than getting information and keeping it to yourself. Because what if I would have kept Haley to myself? Then where would you guys all be tonight? You sure wouldn't be on this call because I would have kept it to myself. Right. And so make sure you share everything that you got with your teams, because we're one team, one mission, and our whole purpose is to help everybody be better humans. So I'd be a thief. That's right. I would be. Thanks, Asia. All right. I love you all. Good night.
Bye.